Chapter 1. Property Investing Overview of Real Estate Investing. If you're thinking about investing in real estate and you are a beginner in this endeavor, you may be feeling a bit overwhelmed. Where do you begin? Is real estate a good option to invest in? How will you know what a good real estate deal is? This chapter will review the background of the real estate industry and how it has evolved from its implosion crisis over 10 years ago to the present-day profits it can offer. Real estate investing in the past. In the last 10-plus years, the real estate industry has recovered from a major crash. In 2007 through 2009, creating a domino effect across the nation, properties lost their value. The bubble that real estate was functioning in burst, and many properties that were once valued assets for many Americans fell into foreclosure. Homeowners could not pay their mortgage and found that the value of their homes was underwater, worth far less than what they were paying out in mortgage payments. If you defaulted on the mortgage payment for your home, the bank or mortgage company foreclosed the property, making the home bank or mortgage owned that was an ever-growing list of properties that ended up being sold for less than the amount owed to the lenders. Homeowners lost their homes, and for many, this was an incredibly bad state of affairs. Yet, this was a perfect opportunity, and that opened the door to real estate investors who began to purchase the foreclosed properties from the banks and mortgage companies for less than their actual value. So, investors were able to get really good deals for less money they would have had to pay for the implosion of the real estate industry. Another advantage that investors were able to gain was to turn these properties into rental properties. This happened because there were many people who formerly owned homes that now had to rent some place to live, and most preferably rented houses instead of apartments. Eventually, there was a turnaround in the real estate industry. There was a period of healing, and during this time, investment property that was, at one time, in abundance during the crisis were no longer as many as there had been. Quite a number of these foreclosed properties had been purchased, and there was a much narrower availability. Today's real estate market. Over the last decade or so, the real estate industry has grown back into a profitable industry. The economy has grown stronger, and property investing has introduced many more investors into the marketplace. Investing in real estate, particularly in single-family homes, has become very popular. Many of the better properties do not stay on the market for long. Forbes magazine stated, as of January 2018, 37% of all homes in the United States were purchased by investors. Seeking Alpha 2017. To say that real estate investing is a hot market is an understatement. Not only is the investment market increasingly hot, but it is also extremely competitive. There are a few reasons that real estate investment is competitive. One of the reasons the real estate investment market is so competitive is because there are more and more people with discretionary income who look to invest in real estate and sidestep investing in the stock market. The stability swing in investing in stocks, bonds, and futures is volatile, and there has been a movement to shy away from investing in the stock market, or, if not totally turned off to investing in the stock market, they divert some of their finances into real estate. The second reason is that there is so much competition in real estate investing coming from seasoned investors. They have been investing for years, know their way around real estate investing, and are continually investing as this is their business, and many of them are able to readily purchase properties with cash. That being said, the real estate market is very popular as an investment option. Why invest in real estate? Should you be investing in real estate? What's in it for you? 3 words define why investing in real estate is a good option. Continuous, positive income. Investing in anything is always a risk, but investing in real estate holds a good option. The main reason real estate is a respectable financial option for investment is the repetitive passive income that comes as an owner. Realize, however, that the amount of passive income you will gain will depend on how much you invest, how the property is managed, and that all expenditures that involve maintenance, and if the property is a rental one, there are tenant vacancies that are factored in before the initial investment is made. In other words, the key is careful planning. Real estate is the industry that keeps on giving, and that is another reason that real estate is a good investment. Why does it keep on giving? That, simply put, is because people will always need a place to live. Whether you choose to invest in a single-family home, a townhouse, condo, fourplex, or apartment building, there will always be people who want to rent. A well-managed property in a nice neighborhood environment is what people who rent are willing to live in and rent. What does this all mean? You will not only have an investment property that you want to be profitable, but you will also need to know the area that you will be investing in a property in order to have continual rental tenants so that your investment can be a long-term investment if the location and condition of the property are desirable. In 2017, rental rates were increasing at a rapid rate. Major cities such as New York, Los Angeles, Boston, Seattle, San Francisco, and Washington, D.C. have had rental rate increases that were, for some residents, cost prohibitive. However, there are other cities that have surprised even the most experienced investor. The Midwest and California make up cities that have seen the rental rate increases. Detroit, New Orleans, Long Beach, Philadelphia, and Sacramento round out the top 5 cities that saw an average increase of 24% from 2014 to 2017. For some, purchasing a property is out of reach, and they have no other option but to rent. In 2018, Amazon had announced that they would be opening their second headquarters in Long Island City, a Queens neighborhood located right over the 59th Street Bridge from Manhattan's East Side, a convenient location, and geographically a prime location. Real estate investors who may not have had a stake in this neighborhood prior to this announcement made it their business to see what, if any, real estate investments could be had in Long Island City and the surrounding neighborhoods. However, Amazon decided not to make the move and pulled out. This may have left investors with properties that can still probably do well, but not as well as they could have if Amazon had stayed and set up their headquarters. This is another part of investing, watching trends that can affect where you invest in real estate. Even if real estate fluctuates as it has done in the last few years, creating a plan that will provide a tool that will build your wealth and can be an addition to your portfolio is still possible. The profitability in real estate investing can usually be a good option and is relatively a stable investment to make. This type of investing can create a continuous stream of passive income and can be a beneficial long-term strategy of investing. What if you've been thinking about investing in real estate and are wondering about how and where to begin? In preparation to begin the process of investing in real estate, there are a number of questions that you need to ask and get answers to before you begin. What are your goals at present? What are your short-term goals? What do you need to do in this time before you begin investing? What do you need to know? What are your long-term plans? The very first plan that you need is a comprehensive financial plan as one of the first elements to establish. There is a considerable cost of upfront money that you will need to start. Real estate investing is an expensive proposition. You can invest in whatever type of property you wish: single-family homes, an apartment building, fourplex, parking lot, etc. Whatever you choose, there is upfront money that will be needed to begin your investment. The upfront monetary outlay doesn't include any of the future maintenance of the property and the expenses that will come along with it. When you have a comprehensive financial and strategic plan, you will be able to recognize how much you are able to invest. This will establish the type of property you can invest in. Investing in real estate for the first time is not a go-it-alone process. Unless you have a family member who is a real estate broker, agent, or attorney, you need to consult with real estate professionals who specialize in property investing. There is a difference between an agent selling you a property that you'll be living in versus a property that you will be using as an asset. Working with a real estate professional is a key element in how you strategize and add them to your overall plan. Agents who do this type of listing and selling are the ones who know what questions to ask. It will also help if they are local to the area you're interested in investing in. They would be able to direct you to properties that can be profitable. They have knowledge of the area's history, the present pricing of properties of investment types, and whether the investment in a potential of a property will be able to derive the kind of recurring passive income that you are seeking. This information is invaluable. In some cases, you may have to pay a fee to the agent that would be agreed upon before you begin working with them. But usually, the agent will be receiving a commission from the sale that will be paid by the seller of the property. If a fee is involved, it is to ensure that you will be working with just that agent and not going from one agent to the next in your real estate endeavors. It's not a good idea to do so, as it could make for a sticky situation in your first real estate dealings. Interview agents before you decide to go with just one. Personalities and points of view on how to handle your investment are important in real estate transaction. You will want to feel confident that the agent you work with has the knowledge you need to proceed and also has your best interests in mind. If you are looking to build a cash flow from investing in real estate that has a continuous cash flow, rental properties are probably the type of investment that is the best to think about. Rental properties are any type of property that has a tenant who pays rent on a monthly, twice annually, or an annual basis. You can invest in a business park, a parking lot, or even a warehouse. You may wonder about a parking lot, but there are some parts of the country where parking is at a premium, either for parking a car at the tenant's residence, inside or outside of their apartment building, an office building where business tenants pay a fee for their employees to park. These fees are on top of what a resident pays for rent for their apartment or business office. Real estate investing is a business, not a hobby. Although for some people it can be a hobby because they have endless finances to invest in profitable properties and sometimes make an investment that doesn't turn out so well and they either lose profits or break even. When you have knowledge of the real estate industry and how it all works, you have a key component investing in properties that will earn you a profitable passive income. It is worth saying it again. A plan that outlines your finances and strategies to invest is imperative to achieve this goal. Properties usually grow and appreciate their value as long as there are consistent maintenance and oversight of the property. Another factor that increases a property's value is where it is located. An area that exhibits stability is essential to maintain and increase the value of a property. New businesses, the development of shopping areas and malls, restaurants and supermarkets, and other types of customer service businesses can increase the value of the properties because of the shopping convenience located nearby or within a 2 to 3 mile radius. Any major freeways and highways also factor in the value of properties that are within the area. An investor may come across a home that has been neglected and needs renovation to make it a livable and profitable investment. With upgrades and renovations that give the property new life, the investment can either make a great rental property or can be resold, flipped, to anyone looking to purchase the property as their own to live in. If the property is flipped, meaning resold to a buyer who purchases the property to live in, it will be sold for a higher price than was paid by the investor and in line with what the area bears for the type of home it is, i.e., number of bedrooms, living area, family room, swimming pool, etc. The sale price will also include what was spent on any upgrading and renovations that were done and negotiated accordingly. Real estate investing can produce financial assets. There are a number of ways that a real estate investment can become an asset. Avoid inflation. As inflation increases, so will the value of a property. If the value of the property increases more than the cost of operation and maintenance costs, it is an ideal situation. At the moment, rents are surging, yet in a few years, they will seem much like a bargain in comparison. Inflation for property ownership is a plus. Tax-free profits. You decide when you no longer want to rent a property that you own, and after it is vacated, you move into the property until there is a decision made on what to do next. After 2 years, you make your move and decide to sell the property. You are able to benefit from a substantial profit from the sale. Here is where the tax benefit comes in. If you sold the property and made less than $250,000 as a profit, and you are single, then the profit is tax-free. If you're married and do joint filings each tax year, then the profit can be as much as $500,000 and can be tax-free. If the property is sold at a loss, you will not be able to take a deduction on your taxes for the loss. An exclusion of profits is what the government allows within their tax guidelines and boundaries. It pertains to the sale of a primary residence. In order to benefit from this deduction, you must have owned and lived in the home from 2 to 5 years prior to the sale. Additionally, you can have used this tax deduction of exclusion for another property in the prior 2 years. Real estate as an advantage. In the event of an unfortunate financial loss, it may necessitate you to use one of your properties as a place to live. A paper house made of money is not the ideal way of protecting yourself in the event of a financial turndown, but a real house could probably be life-saving. A semi-passive income from real estate investing. An investment in real estate is beneficial from the increases in property value because of inflation, jobs, and income, but it also benefits from the rising rents as well. As an example, if you own a rental property and charged $2,000 in 2006, the increase in renting the same property today is $3,600, an 80% increase. Meanwhile, you continue to pay the original mortgage on the property, which was always less than the rent being charged since the beginning of your ownership. Create jobs when investing in real estate. Many local roofers, contractors, plumbers, and other professionals who service homeowners in the area are able to offer their services to someone who invests in real estate properties in the area. When a home needs renovation, they are willing to work and rehabilitate a property. Real estate investing creates homes. Real estate properties that are rentals give people a home to live in. There are those who don't have the means of purchasing a home and need to rent one instead. Providing a home in an environment that is safe for a family is a benefit that you will contribute to another person's life. Contributing to a neighborhood. When you invest in real estate, you may be purchasing a property that has been an eyesore in the neighborhood and bringing a constructive contribution to the community. Restoring this type of property to one that is beautiful brings an improvement to a neighborhood. Building wealth and real estate. In order to build wealth in real estate investing, a certain amount of focus and effort to research the types of property you want to invest in, and when the property can be rented, finding tenants that are the right fit. They will be paying you rent. The payment would pay down the mortgage if the property was purchased with lender financing. The most time that should be spent maintaining and managing a property, other than any repairs or maintenance when it's needed, is when tenants vacate the home and new tenants need to be assessed. A total of 6 to 8 hours at most should be needed. The time required includes having an open house to show the property, get applications from interested renters, review applications, decide who will be offered the rental after a background check of all applicants, and enabling the new tenants move in and handing over the keys. Once the tenant is moved in, there are not a great number of hours that are required to manage the property. Sam. Over the course of this book, you will be learning what are the best plans and strategies to use when you begin to invest. The pros and the cons are your first steps before you buy, good investment strategies, the types of products you should buy, costs, the expected and unexpected, and how to plan for both. Manage your property. evicting tenants from a rental, and the best places to invest.